Don't be afraid to say no. Always try something out, and if you don't like it, then you don't have to do it again. But always give something a shot. Like if I would have told you no, I would have never became, got on this podcast. I would have never met you. I would have now not had the opportunity to, meet so many different people that I've been able to meet.
Interview prep, baby. Let's go.
Pass the torch, man. Keeps getting better.
Taylor Cusack from Oklahoma City right now. Golf TV personality, content creator. Thank you for joining today.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Of course. You do a lot, right, in the world of social media. So before diving into your journey and starting at the very beginning, I want to give you the opportunity just to quickly describe kind of what you do and who you are.
Yeah, kind of like you said, I don't even know where to begin. But so I kind of got into social media and just started, doing what everybody else does, taking pictures of yourself and doing videos and, being that vain person about like, hey, look at me and look what I do. And it kind of was like, hey, people kind of like this. So I just started posting on Instagram and I did my videos and I kind of like gained a following. And then I did a TV show on Fox Sports for a couple years, and then I did commercials, and then it just kind of like snowballed into this crazy world of just fun. So,
And now you have a massive following. So something has worked, like you said, people liked it, and caught along. But now rewinding a bit. So you're obviously in the world of golf, and
yep.
you love to play golf yourself as a player, besides just creating content around it as a personality. But when did you first get into the game of golf as a player?
So this is one of my favorite stories. So I actually started really late in life. I feel like everybody that started playing golf, started when they were 2 or started when they were 3. And I started when I was about 14, 15 years old. And so I'm an only child. My parents are my best friends. I hang out with my dad quite frequently.
No shame there.
And yeah, no, I'm very family oriented. I love being around them. And so my dad was always playing golf, and he was gone for 5 hours, and I'm like, well, what the heck? I'm just sitting at the house. Why am I not getting involved in this? He's like, well, come out, see if you like it, and we can get you some lessons. And so I kind of started it off right. I didn't just, pick up a club and just try to, start hacking at it and figuring it out myself. I immediately got like an instructor. I liked it. They said that I was, a natural, and then I started getting super competitive, and I wasn't, somewhere where I was just, content and I just wanted to, be average. I was like, heck no, I'm going to be the best that I could possibly be. I want the best instructor, and I'm going to be, on the high school varsity team, and then I want to get a college scholarship, and I want to see where this can take me. And so I started having fun with it. I made varsity in high school, and then I got a scholarship to play in college where I did that for 4 years. And I knew I never wanted to go pro, but I wanted to stay in the world of golf. So I just kind of started to document my swing and, just having fun with it and traveling a whole bunch of different places. And that's kind of where I gained my following. People just started to like all of my stuff that I was posting. Little did everybody know that the people that are videoing me is my dad, because that's
Yeah.
who I'm playing golf with. But so I started playing golf because of my dad and
Yeah.
started at 14.
Yeah, so you got the golf itch very early on. I'm 25 now. I played college lacrosse, so not golf, but right out of school, like I graduated, and golf was like the first thing I picked up, and I'm fully addicted.
Yeah.
And so we've had a few. This is now season 2 of our Pass the Torch podcast, and we kicked off season 2 with a bunch of great guests out at the Lake Tahoe ACC tournament. Do you go out there every
Oh,
year?
I actually haven't been, so I would love to be in that tournament. I've heard it's an absolute blast.
Yeah, you should. We'll connect. Maybe we can pull some strings. But
I like
no,
it. I like it.
yeah, we'll pull some strings. But that's like it was awesome to talk to a bunch of people in the world of golf out there. And the next question I had was like, did you always know you wanted to work in golf? It seems like it, but like, did you have a 9 to 5 right out of school, or was it like you started documenting your swing and that's like when it all just started? But were you like side hustling or moonlighting?
Yeah, so crazy enough. So after I graduated college, um, I took a gap year. I traveled. I wanted to really figure out what I wanted my career to do, and I kind of like fell into it. I was very fortunate where I had parents that were like, you know, you graduated in 4 years, you know, take a little bit of time before you just get in the real world of jumping into a job where you're not going to have any fun anymore. You're going to go to work and you're going to, you know, work your butt off all day. You're going to go home. So go have fun for a little bit. And I turned it into a job. So I documented it. I was, you know, able to play in celebrity tournaments and it just kind of really fell into my lap. I never thought about getting into the media side of it. You know, as I grew up and I was playing golf, I never really knew where it was going to take me. I knew I wanted to do it for the rest of my life, but I never knew that it would put me on a TV show. I never knew that it was going to be this crazy Instagram uh fun thing that I was almost addicted to where you would, you know, you'd get on your phone instead of just you would check Instagram and you would scroll. That's the new like newspaper. You know what I mean? Like our
100%.
parents would 100% be like, "Okay, let's open the ads and let's read what's going on." Well, now we're in the world of smartphones. So we wake up, we look at our phone and we scroll. So I never thought anything about it. It just kind of was something I fell into. And I'm very fortunate that I did because I absolutely love it. I love media. I love, you know, sitting on panels and talking to people and, you know, doing interviews and podcasts and, you know, kind of spreading the golf vibe on just, you know, getting more people involved. So
Yeah. Short form video has kind of taken over too, and I guess probably since COVID, and like corresponding with that, like so is golf. Like the game across the globe has just risen with fandom and whatnot. So you're in a really cool industry and cool space. But when you first started and you started all these swing videos, like was it hard for you to put yourself out there, or did that come naturally?
no, it was crazy enough, so being an only child, my mom took 5 million photos of me for every single thing I
Yeah.
always did growing up, just because there was one of me. And she wanted to document everything. So I was used to being, you know, someone taking a photo of me, but I wasn't used to, you know, being criticized or judged or, you know, having someone, some troll sitting in their mother's basement make a nasty little comment about me that I posted a swing video about, hey, your grip's terrible, or you need to lose some weight, or your hair's too blonde, or whatever someone decided to say about me, which lucky enough, about 99% of it was all positive and all very, you know, loving towards me. There was that 1% that is just kind of, you know, I don't know, needs to do something better with their life. But I at the beginning I kind of cared just because I took it personal. It's my platform, it's my video, it's my face. I'm getting my name out there and now there's one person out there that's just like that doesn't like me or they make a hateful comment and I'm like, "Dang, I really want to reply to that person and be like, if you knew me in real life, you'd love me. I'm so nice. Like I
Right.
promise we could be friends." But I had to take a step back and was like, okay, if they're really taking the time to post something negative about me or say something about me, I don't need to waste my time about them. I got over it so quick. Thankfully, I had some good friends and my parents that were like, hey, like it's social media. Don't take it too seriously. People are crazy, so don't even worry about it. So, thankfully I got over that very quick.
Yeah, even the most liked people in the world have trolls on social media. That's just how it goes these days.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
You can't
so
please
it take
everyone.
No, and it takes time to get over that. So, no, that's great. And then, so kind of like staying on the point of like some struggles and hurdles of growing your brand, did you ever feel like you had to prove yourself as a female in sports? Because there's always been that stigma, right? Of like,
Oh
they don't
yeah.
know what they're talking about. Golf's a male dominated sport for the most part. And I had an interesting conversation actually at the ACC tournament with Catherine Tappan on this. And she
Mhm.
talked about her experiences and whatnot and having to prove herself and overcome those challenges. But did you face that similar battle?
I think probably more internally because I'm not, you know, I'm not a drama person. I don't ever bring anything to social media. I'm very, like my private life is private kind of thing. I'm never in the drama with anybody. So if anybody's like fighting in the world of golf, it never involves me because I stay away from it. But I 100% think that it's very difficult for females to be in the sports industry. And I say that because it's sad where we are in the world. It's 2022. How in the
Exactly.
world can't we be accepted? Which we are accepted, but there's still going to be those few people like the trolls, the internet trolls that are just like, you know what? A male reporter would probably be more knowledgeable about this, or a male broadcaster because, you know, well, he's a male and he understands the sport a lot better. A female can know the sport just as much as a male. I can do my research just as much as you can. I can be knowledgeable about something possibly even better than a male. I mean, we're all different. So why does a female have to be, judged a little bit more harshly in the industry because it's male dominated. So I think that there is a lot of issues still with that, sadly. But I think that there's a lot of really cool females out there that have proven that they know a little bit more than males sometimes, and sometimes a male doesn't fit in that role, and a female possibly knew better, so she got the job.
Exactly. And you have an opportunity now to kind of inspire the younger generation that
Exactly.
things today and these days, it's easier maybe
Mhm.
for you paved the way though. It wasn't as easy as it was. And so do you find that important as like a role model to the younger generation of specifically females that want to work in the world of media and sports? Is that
Yeah.
important to you?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Crazy enough, my younger cousin really wanted to play golf and she had no clue how to get started, what to do. It was very male dominant at her school. And so I started a female girls golf club for him. And so I
Mhm.
helped him out for a couple years and, got him, a little bit of instruction and told him kind of, what to do. And it was just more like nerve wracking, I think, for them. But it was nice to have a female role model that's kind of a little bit older. They knew what they were doing, and I think the program is actually still going on now, thankfully. But I'll get messages sometimes from younger females or from moms, and they're just like, "Thank you so much for being so kind and knowledgeable because my daughter follows you on Instagram," or "Hey, I follow you on Instagram, and you're so nice, you're very knowledgeable, and I really like what you do, and you bring a positive light." So it's nice to hear. One of my favorite stories. I was playing in the showcase in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, gosh, this summer, a couple months ago. And I'm doing my best to not cry when this happened because it was so sweet. And I'm already absolutely a nervous, freaking out. My caddy is like talking me down. I'm like, I look at him at the first tee and I'm like, hey, you're gonna be my best friend the whole day. You keep me level headed. You keep me calm. I know how to play my game. We're good. We're gonna be best friends today. And he's like, okay, no problem. So we get up to a par four right by the water. And it is a, gosh, all lake on the left side, all bunkers on the right side. And then you only have about, so we're playing from the, God, I was playing almost from the tips, and it was about a 40-yard window that I had to land into, or I could try to go for the green, and that was about 303 yards. And I'm like, I kind of got some wind behind me. I hit my driver pretty far. I'm gonna try this. I didn't come here to lay up. I'm gonna be confident and I'm gonna do it.
Hell
So
yeah.
I go for it and I missed the green maybe like 10 yards. And I had no idea. There's a massive crowd, a whole bunch of bleachers, and a guy on a mic yelling my name. And he's like, Taylor Cusack just went for the green, everybody. All right, let's go. And she doesn't know it yet, but if she gets a birdie on this, free alcohol for everybody. And so, of course,
Wow.
everyone's losing their mind. And so I'm walking up there and they're like, Taylor. And they start chanting my name. And I'm like, be cool, be cool. You're fine. You're cool. And my caddy's like, just play your game. You've been playing great all day. You're doing good. I have to hit my next shot over this bunker that is completely sideways. And if I miss it by just an inch, I'm either in the water, gone,
Yep.
or I'm in the bunker. So I have this tiny little window, this miracle one in a gazillion shot. And I'm like, I'm going to just try. And I'm not kidding. I hit this shot, which I probably could never do again. And I lip out for eagle. And I've got about an 8-footer for birdie. So thankfully, I actually made the putt, and the crowd goes nuts. I got free alcohol for everybody for the next 10 minutes. And there's security lining the way to the next hole. Well, this little girl, she comes running, beelining, and tackles my leg. And she's wearing this cute little dress that kind of looks like mine that I was wearing that day. And she's like, I just love you so much. And I think my mom follows you on social media and I want to grow up and be a little golfer like you. And I was like, don't cry. Oh my God, don't cry. I thought it was the sweetest, nicest thing ever. Her mom, ended up taking a picture of us and sending it to me on Instagram, and it made my day. Like, I didn't even want to
Wow.
finish the golf round. I just wanted to go hang out with her. And
Yeah.
it was something that was so sweet that I made an impact in this little girl's life. Even if it's one person, I made a difference. And so that's why I do what I do. I loved it.
That that's what it's all about, and it's funny to hear that the most excited person at that hole was probably someone who didn't have the free
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yes.
But
100%.
that's that's a tournament I need to get to, I
A
think.
cute
That'd be a
little
good time.
4-year-old. Yes.
Yeah. No, I think it's so awesome to see when I have these interviews and I meet new athletes that they use their platform for positive change, right? There's
Mhm.
a lot of people out there and different things like, I don't know, Kyrie Irving, all that aren't using their platform for good, but it's always enlightening to see when there is positive change, inspiring a 4-year-old to want to be like them. So that at the
Yeah.
end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Exactly,
And
and it's worth it.
exactly. And you're expanding your brand, right? So your platform, now you have your own Instagram live series called Tea with Taylor, right?
I do, I do. Yep, it's I get to interview a whole bunch of different celebrities and
Yep.
broadcasters and country music artists, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, do you have a favorite guest that's been on yet?
Ooh, I don't want to pick a favorite, but if I had to
Always
pick a
hard.
favorite, I know, I know. Gosh, Scott Savlov was one of my favorites. So I've known him for years, and he also has a podcast. And he is so knowledgeable about any and
Mm.
everything in the world. And it's not just one thing. He knows everything about everything, and he also knows every single person in the world. And it's so crazy to me. He doesn't know just the golf industry. He knows the music industry. He knows actors. He knows people that do podcasts. He knows every person. If you mention just one random person, oh yeah, I went to dinner with him last Friday. He knows him. It's crazy. It's crazy. So it was really fun to pick his brain, where he's been in the world, how he's been. He was on, TV shows growing up and producing a whole bunch of stuff. So it was fun to hear. I loved interviewing him.
The power of networking is really cool to see, and it's important in the world of media too.
Yes.
What was your inspiration for the show? Why'd you start it?
So I travel a lot playing in pro-ams and celebrity events, and I meet so many amazing people that I thought I would never be able to meet. And I kind of wanted to almost take a little piece of that with me. And so I was like, well, why not turn it into an Instagram live show where I can document this and other people can enjoy the same people that I have met and talk a little bit about stories that we've been involved in or how they got in the world of golf or what they're doing now with their life. And I didn't really want to just keep it to myself. I wanted other people to enjoy it as well. So I kind of had to do something with it. So I figured, why not make the tea with Taylor and turn it into TEE, because I'm teeing it off, where it's golf, obviously.
Yes.
And so also kind of sipping some tea, talking a little drama, talking a little what's going on. So it was fun.
I think it's the perfect name. And yeah, keeping in stories that might be motivational and, like we said, inspire the 4-year-old girl to want to be in pro golf. That'd be selfish to hold in. So you're
Yep.
doing the right thing. Now, I've dabbled in the Instagram live world. I get nervous because you can't edit it and you got to be perfect. So does that make you
Yep.
nervous every time you jump on?
It did the very first time just because I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I've got a good chunk of people that follow me and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, are all of these people going to watch me or is it only going to be, like a couple thousand or who's all going to tune in? Who's really all going to see this?" And companies are going to see it. Brands are going to see it. Is it going to make it look like where I don't want to make myself look bad? What if I do something wrong? Or what if I trip up? And I was nervous the very first time, but once I kind of did it, and it was just like having a FaceTime with a friend or sitting here having a casual conversation that just so happens to be on Instagram Live and people are watching it.
Yeah.
But it was actually, I love it. I love doing it. I look forward to it. And I actually just had one the other day with Jay Harris.
Oh, that one.
He is a blast. He's a blast. He's so kind and he's so sweet. And it was fun to hear one of his stories. I'm not sure if you looked at it, but he has been with ESPN for 26 years now, and he almost turned the job down because he didn't want to get into sports.
Right.
So it was just crazy to hear where his life could have went if he would have said no. So
Yeah.
I so
That's so
I so I
interesting.
love getting to know people and kind of, seeing what other people don't see about celebrities or golfers that they keep to themselves or a fun story now that they've trusted with me to help share.
Yeah, and I've been peppering you with questions this interview, but for you, what do you like better? Do you like being interviewed or being the interviewer?
I actually enjoy both. I like being interviewed because I have a little bit more control.
Yeah.
So I kind of get to, pick what I'm going to ask and what we're going to talk about. Being interviewed, you never know what's going to come at you. Sometimes it's hey, here's a list of things that we're going to talk about. But sometimes it's raw and it's organic and you just get to free talk and you're like, oh my gosh, please don't talk about that one time that I fell down on, the stairs and you're going to embarrass me, or, something. You just never know what's going to come out of somebody's mouth. But usually it's all good and you can kind of just, work with it. But usually I like to interview people.
Exactly. And for anyone listening, go follow Taylor on Instagram. Check out her Instagram live series. It's great. So now you've built this large audience over the past several years, right? Has there been kind of one theme that's been like your success? Is it like you got to be consistent? Is there like one style of video? Like what's the biggest like key ingredient for you?
So I feel like this is going to absolutely embarrass me right here. And I think you probably 100% did your research and know exactly what I'm about to say. So when I first got started doing this, funny enough, my dad took a video of me and I'm in this really cute, like flowy, flippy skirt. And I hit a drive and the wind kind of caught my skirt where it looks like I shook my butt. I really didn't. I don't think it was just kind of like, oh, hey, she just kind of like did a wiggle because she really liked that shot. Well, I posted it and people freaked out. People were like, oh my gosh, it's the Taylor Cusack wiggle. You wiggled your butt and this is so cool because you hit a great shot. And so I kind of took to it and I started doing it every single time I would hit my driver. And everybody freaked out. They made a hashtag about, the Cusack wiggle and hey, Taylor, wiggle your butt. And I'm like, okay, I don't want to get known on the internet for wiggling my butt. But if people, I guess, like it, I'm in a golf skirt and I'm excited about hitting this shot, then I'm going to just give the people what they want. I haven't done it in, gosh, probably months. And I get messages daily. Hey, when are you going to bring
Like
back
bring
the
it back.
wiggle? When
Yeah.
are you going to bring back the wiggle? So I probably should bring it back soon. But yeah, no, it's kind of crazy. So that's, I guess, kind of what I got known for in the beginning. And I always do drivers. I always do my like tee off shot. And I do a couple sometimes where like, play a hole with me. But I don't know why I always just film me hitting off the tee. I probably should change it up. But sometimes, if you change it up, people are going to complain, but people
Every-
like it, so I've just been doing it.
Everyone loves hitting bombs. Yeah, driver's the
Exact
best.
exactly, and it's my favorite club. So my distance is what I use to my advantage, but sometimes it gets me in trouble. So
So you were pushing that green. What was it? You said like almost
three
310.
like it was like 303, and so I
303.
and I was like 10 yards short.
So you can punch the ball.
I
Like
can,
what's
I
your
can
what's your furthest drive? Do you know it?
I yes, but it was downhill, downwind, and I probably hit cart path. A
That's
hundred,
fine.
100%. It was like 340 yards. A hundred
340.
percent. There was like 40-mile-an-hour wind behind me.
We'll
So
cut the part of the cart path with the wind, and we'll clip it up so it's like 340.
yeah,
Yeah,
people are gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, this chick thinks she's crazy." But no. So I probably average like 275, 280.
that's pretty damn good. Yeah. But no, back to the wiggle thing, and I did do my research, but I didn't think that was going to be your answer.
Okay.
And so is that kind of like is that like your club twirl? Like it's the wiggles your club twirl?
No. So well, I mean, I do a club twirl. So I guess I kind of like do it all. So like whenever I like do it, I do my club twirl, and then after I do my club twirl, I like wiggle my
It's the
butt.
wiggle.
I
Yeah.
do
All
I
right.
do the wiggle. And now that I'm so embarrassed that I've just said that I wiggle my butt about 17 different times now.
I'm gonna have to try that. That'll add a little confidence
You
boost
have to
post
tag
driver.
me and I will
Yeah.
100% post that. Oh my gosh. So I
Deal.
actually got last year somebody messaged me about fantasy football and they were like, "Hey, our whole entire fantasy football team follows you on Instagram. Is there any possible way you could make a video, like a cameo, and say the loser has to wear a skirt and do the Taylor Cusack wiggle?" I was like, done. Absolutely. And the guy did it. He sent me
That's
a
incredible.
video like the year later and was like, yeah, it was like 40 degrees and he was freezing and we bought him some, skirt from Dick's Sporting Goods and he did the wiggle and he actually liked it. So he wore it for a couple holes and I was like, oh boy.
That's hilarious. I mean, fantasy football punishments are like a real thing. I'm a big diehard fantasy football player. I'm in like 3 leagues.
Oh,
One of the punishments is that the loser, so there's 12 guys in the league. It would obviously be 3 foursomes. The loser, though, would have to caddy and not be able to play in the tournament the next year at next year's draft. That'd be a horrible
that's
punishment to watch the
brutal.
guys play 18 holes and have to carry their bag.
That's
So,
brutal.
yeah. The game of golf is taking over for sure.
And I like where it's going. It's not the it's not golf back in, the
Yeah.
80s and the 90s. It's a whole lot different now, and I love it.
Yeah, it's a lot different, and you can choose to say yes, I'll answer this question, or just pass along. But what's your take on the Live Tour?
I hoped that's where that was going.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love it. I've played in two Live Pro-Ams, and I played in Boston and I played in Chicago, and
Wow.
it was so much fun. I had an absolute blast. It was, I don't want to say it's not like a just straight up a party. It's not just like a frat-tastic, amazing, crazy time. It's very well organized. It's a family event. There's a fan village you can go to and play cornhole, do glow golf. There's a concert. It's very family oriented. And so, if somebody wants to go play or go watch golf, out of the family, and the other one's, hey, it's not really my thing. I'm going to just stay back and hang out at the food trucks and, watch TV or, hang out with the kids. It's welcome for everybody. It's not
Yeah.
just, hey, we're at a golf tournament and you guys have to be very quiet and don't talk and don't look at anybody for longer than 7 seconds. I mean, it's very welcome. And the cool thing about it is the players are very involved with the fans. They
Yeah.
are, I feel like, more involved um, because it's so welcoming and it's such a laid back event that not just people that are fans of golf go, everybody goes because they want to see what it's about. And there's music playing. It's a really fun time. I've met a lot of fun people and got to network and hang out and do a lot of fun things that I would have never ever been able to do. And it's opened a lot of doors for me, and it's been a really amazing time.
Yeah, I'm not informed enough on like the dirty money and all that of the tour, but like
Yeah.
it's hard to argue that it's not growing the game of golf. Like
Oh
the
yeah.
Live Tour has really made the PGA Tour like rethink their strategy. Like the PGA Tour was getting a little stale. Everyone tunes in for the majors, but like
Mm-hmm.
that's only 4 times a year. So like,
Right.
how can they spice it up? And I think the Live Tour is definitely making them do that. So that's absolutely a benefit.
Well, it's crazy. The very first hole before you're teeing off, Greg Norman's dropping out of the sky. I mean,
Like literally.
literally came out, dropped out of a helicopter, and is landing on the first tee. It's insane. It was so cool. Everyone's freaking out like the commissioner is dropping out of the sky. Are you kidding me right now? Like we need to be careful and we need to, watch out. And he's like, "No, rock on, dude. I'm jumping out of the sky. We're having a great time today." It's so fun. It's so
And then
cool.
and then you got like EDM music, like Kygo's playing in the background, right? And you can hear that basically on every hole.
Oh yeah. So sadly I wasn't able to go to Miami, which was the very last tournament. I heard it was an absolute rager.
Yeah.
um pro-
Pure Miami fashion too.
oh my gosh. I'm sad I didn't get to go, but at the same time I'm I watched from a distance just to see how it was going to be because I
Yeah.
knew how Chicago was and I knew how Boston was, and it was if you've never been to a live event, you have to try it at least once just so you can experience it and see for yourself how it is.
Yep. I think that'll give everyone a better perspective. So it's interesting. We'll see what happens. I know that Rory McIlroy just made a comment that there'll be no kind of talking between the two sides unless Norman's gone. So
Which is
we shall
sad.
see what
Which
happens.
is sad because if you think about it, everyone is trying to grow the game of golf. We're
Yeah.
trying to get people that don't play golf involved with golf and it be more welcoming. And he is now completely trying to take 20 steps back and be like, we're not going to talk to the people that went to live. We're not going to talk to this. We're not going to do that. Okay, first off, why are you having an opinion? Stay on your own tour. Go play. You want to be on the PGA tour. More power to you. We don't care. People that are now on the live tour, they could care less. So why in the world now is it just butting heads and going so far against each other where you're trying to take a couple steps back when in reality you're trying to grow golf and do what everyone else is doing and now you're contradicting yourself.
Yep.
It's
100%.
sad.
I would really love to see almost like a Ryder Cup style where it's like PGA Tour guys versus Live. Like
Oh
that'd be pretty
boy.
cool.
Oh boy. I
Yeah.
I don't want to say like a fist fight might break out.
Yeah. No, that would be incredible. That'd be incredible content. Uh, one more larger question before diving into some rapid fire here. But
Okay.
so Taylor Cusack, in the next 5 years, like what is your goal within the space of media? Like where do you want to be? Maybe
I
5 to 10 years.
Okay. I would love to be more on TV. I would love to do more broadcasting and reporting and just kind of getting more involved in the golf side on, maybe interviewing players, maybe talking a little bit more on personal side, not
Mhm.
necessarily something to do with, okay, so how did you do on today? So you shot 3 under. Well, let's talk about your family. Let's talk about this. Maybe get a little bit more into reporting that way.
Yeah, you want to humanize the athletes.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And okay, we'll dive into some rapid fire. You can go one word, one phrase, take as long as you want, but
Okay.
we'll dive right in. Who was your favorite athlete growing up as a kid?
Ooh. Okay. Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
I feel like that's everybody's, but he changed the game of golf for everybody. And I think that's just has to be my answer. I loved watching
just
Tiger Woods play golf.
absolute legend. I love watching Tiger, current day Tiger, like helping out his son Charlie at the different pro-ams and stuff like that is
Yes.
incredible to watch. And it sounds like Tiger is making a comeback for a PGA run.
I hope so.
So yeah, I'm interested to see that. Who's your favorite athlete to watch in current day sports? That's not Tiger because we'll still count him.
Ooh. Favorite current day. So I played in a pro am with Harold Varner and he was
Mm.
so much fun. So I really like watching him play golf. So I'd probably have to say him just
Is he
because.
their? What's your partner at the Live? He's in the Live, right?
So he was one of the golfers that I played with
Hmm.
in the pro am, and he is very very talented. So
Yeah.
he was very fun to watch and very very fun. Yeah.
He seems like he's got a great personality too.
Oh, he's a character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we talked about hitting bombs earlier, so I might know the answer, but favorite club in the golf bag?
Definitely my driver. Definitely my driver.
Yeah, me as well. Me as well. Favorite course you've ever played at?
Ooh. I've played some really amazing courses. I would say Old Head in Ireland. Was fortunate to
Mm.
go, um, gosh, almost 9 years ago, and I would love to go back. Playing some of the old courses there was just out of this world. Like you didn't almost even want to play golf. You just wanted to look at everything and just
There.
really just kind of like experience and take it all in. It was beautiful, beautiful. So I would love to go back to Old Head and play that again.
Yep. Okay. What you asked this question to at least Jay Harris. I don't know if you ask it on every Instagram live you do, but what is your dream foursome
I
for
feel like I
golf?
do ask that. I feel like that's like my go-to question to
Okay.
always ask.
Okay.
My dream foursome would probably be my dad, Tiger
Okay.
Woods, and Chris Evans.
Chris
I
Evans.
hope
He's
he
pretty
I
good.
don't even know if he plays golf, but
Chris
I
Evans.
would like
Okay.
to watch him play golf. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure he can swing the sticks. I'm sure he can
If
swing it.
not, I can teach him. 100%.
Yeah. There you go. There you
100%.
go. Private lessons. All right, two more. This one doesn't have to be a golf answer, but it very much could be a golf answer. What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear. This is going to sound really weird. I don't feel like I have a very like big fear anymore. My fear used to
Mm.
be like letting people down um and not being able to like make someone happy because I would always want I'm a people pleaser. I would always want to like do something for somebody else. And now as I've got a little bit older and kind of more in the industry where my time is just spread thin and crazy, I feel like I don't really have very many. I'm scared of sharks, but that's like not a fear. Um
I'm
but
not swimming in any ocean
yeah,
these days.
no, no, thank you. But no, I don't. I kind of, I just kind of dive head in first and hope for the best. So I'm not that fearful.
I like it. Yeah, you can't please everyone,
No,
so you gotta have that mindset.
yeah.
My biggest fear, hitting a bomb of a drive down the middle and then just duffing the approach.
If we're gonna
that's
go,
my
okay,
biggest
I
fear.
took mine a little bit more deep than you did. So if we're
Yeah.
going in that aspect,
No,
then
deep's good.
100% that's totally relevant.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No,
no,
deep's good.
I went deep.
Deep is perfect. All right, last rapid fire, and then we'll have one final one to wrap this whole thing up. But what is one word that best describes you?
Driven,
I love it. I love
driven.
it. Well, yeah, so our final one here, we've talked about a lot of different lessons that you've learned throughout your journey that you want to pass along to the next generation. But if you had that one theme that you've learned throughout your journey that you could give to that next generation, help them accomplish their dreams, what would that one lesson be?
Um, don't be afraid to say no. Always try something out, and if you don't like it, then you don't have to do it again. But always give something a shot. Like if I would have told you no, I would have never became, got on this podcast. I would have never met you. I would have now not had the opportunity to, meet so many different people that I've been able to meet. If I told somebody if the showcase in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, the person that invited me out there, if I'd have been like, no, I don't really want to come to that, I would have not had the opportunity of meeting that little girl that was so excited to watch me play golf. And I would have never had the opportunity to, go play in several other celebrity tournaments that happened while I was out there that I got invited to, that I was fortunate enough to go meet other people. So I always say, take a chance on something, and you can always do it once. If you don't like it, you don't ever have to do it again.
Yeah, look where you diving into your media career right after college has taken you. It's incredible.
Yeah,
Taylor, thank you so much. We'll have to do this again live at the ACC
of
in Lake
course.
Tahoe next summer. That would be awesome.
And you're going to have to come
Um,
on the tee with Taylor and get over your fear of being on Instagram Live.
yeah, no, I Instagram Live is fine, but then the non-editing part, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta be perfect every
Panic,
time.
straight panic.
Yeah, exactly. No, we'll definitely do it. But Taylor, thank you again. Thanks for coming on.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoyed the content. There's plenty more Pass the Torch episodes, along with other podcasts we got going on and video series we do. So subscribe, and we'll see you later.